All right, welcome back to Gilded Gaming and Final Fantasy. I'm just kidding. East Origins. Oh, we continue our journey up the tower with Hugo Fact. We got to level 22 yesterday. We've got about 2.5 hours before Final Fantasy 14 starts, so let's keep on trucking. Constructs chamber. Who's the construct? Do we have the medallion for this one? No. Alright, we got some more exploring to do. Oh, I think we got the firepower now. Alright. Oh, okay, we got this chest here. And that's the medallion, I think. Alright. We've caught back up mentally. Oh, geez. All right. Okay. Now over here, we're gonna light a fire. Buckle up. Very well. Okay, let's do this. Oh, we can get these guys too. Wow. Doesn't hurt. Alright. I don't have double jump yet. Should we have double jump yet? When did Unica get double jump? I don't remember. Okay. So far, so good. We got another one here. One more. Hey, Echo! Weekend's going great, man. We have a lot of fun tonight. We got some East Origins lined up. We're gonna try and see how far we can get into Hugo's story here. And then in about 2.5 hours, we're going to switch over to Final Fantasy 14. And we're going to do the Coils of Bahamut raid from A Realm Reborn. It's not normally a raid that's easy to get a queue for. But I've got some viewers with some high-level characters that are going to come in and pull me through it. So it should be a lot of fun. It's the only, like, dungeon raid content from A Realm Reborn we haven't done yet. I believe. And Hugo is just like easy mode, I swear. He's got ranged attacks. He's a little bit of a glass cannon, but like it's not that hard to avoid damage when you don't have to be right next to the guys. What we got here? More HP. How's your weekend going, Echo? Oh, that only did 3 damage, really? It really takes little movements to dodge these guys. Alright, that's all 4. That'll unlock the chest with the medallion so we can go to the construct fight. Whew. Hugo's just flying up the tower. I still can't wait to get to the 3rd character though. I think he's going to be really interesting. Greatly enjoying Bravely Default 2. Speaking of which, look what I just got in the mail. After we finish Final Fantasy 9, this is the next game on the list for Final Fantasy. I know it's not a Final Fantasy, but it's Final Fantasy enough, right? It's 4 Warriors of Light after all. Didn't get much more Final Fantasy than that. We've got 4,000. All right. Man, I was this close to just popping Bravely Default in tonight and being like, you know, screw it, I can't wait. But I'm trying to wait. And we're gonna finish the games we started, and Final Fantasy 9 is a game we started. We're getting back to Final Fantasy 9 Disc 2 tomorrow night. Alright, let's see what this boss is like. Okay, it's this boss. Okay. For some reason, I see this guy. I don't think construct, but you know, that's fine. This boss shouldn't be bad at all with our shield. What do you mean you've been trying to get you to play the original? I know you've been trying to get me to play the original. And technically, there's the original and its sequel, Bravely Second, right? You got lots of stuff to do. Oh man, Hugo doesn't kill those things as fast as Unica did. He'll have an easier time avoiding the damage though. We should probably go with the he can do bombs. Or we could go with the fire attack maybe? He just doesn't kill those things as fast. Maybe I need to become more levels. I'm just not doing that much damage to this thing. Yukiko, when she got to this fight, she could just like take out the rings the first time we dropped them. Perhaps I have some levels to get. But what is this attack? Oh, it's this. Alright, again, his head. That hit me, really? And he uses his hands like, yeah, wait, we don't have enough damage. Hugo is underpowered here, man. I think we need to get a couple more levels. It's not that he can't beat it, it's just he's really weak right now. One or two more levels, and Hugo would be doing fine damage. Levels just matter a lot in these games. Get there eventually. Oh, I forgot about this sec. He doesn't do it, he gets low on health. Oh, he almost got him. Oh, he freaking hit me. Thank God for the shield. Oh, I actually outrun it. So close to dying. Just ahead. So close. Oh my god, 10 hit points. Okay, we killed him. Ooh, that could have been a lot easier with some more damage, huh? Sometimes it's worth it to grind, just to make it easy on yourself. But, mission accomplished. But, yeah, Bravely Default won the poll for what to play after Final Fantasy IX, so that is what we're gonna do. And I think the current plan for Bravely Default is to try to do the first one first before 2. But we'll see. We'll see. Ah, it's our brother again. Well, that took you long enough. You. Prepare yourself, Toll. I wasn't ready for you last time, but that's all changed. I swear on the fact and name that your life will end here and now. So you met with Commander Tova, did you? I'm part demon now. I can sense energies, but what I'm sensing from you feels unfocused, untrained. As if the power wasn't granted to you willingly, but taken by force. To go so far as to gain... To go so far just to gain a measure of strength. Do you even understand what you've done? You shut the hell up. What makes you think you can preach up to me about right and wrong? You're no brother of mine anymore. You're nothing but a traitor. I assure you, brotherly advice was not my intent. I was merely speaking from experience. What? Possessing a power you don't understand is the same as having no power at all. It would serve only to your detriment in battle against me. You'd stand even less a chance than before. He just leaves. Okay. Less chance than before? Give me a break. It can take you any time, Toll, because I'm Hugo Fact, the rightful heir to our family's name. You hear me, Toll? I'm coming for you. Just you wait, your days are numbered. And then we run the other way. And I silence sands. Ugh, I don't know if the sands are the best place to level, but we clearly feel a little bit underpowered. If we get 8,000 SP so we can upgrade the Eyes of Fact, that might be huge. Yeah, we're only doing 1 damage to these guys. We need to upgrade. We may need to go back to a previous area. Or use our defense buff. Defense debuff, I mean. It's hard to do the defense shot thing because you have to stop. Like you shoot right after you stop moving to do it. And we're sliding around because of this slime they're putting down. Yeah, we do like no damage. This is embarrassing. Well, fire. Nope. We're just low level, that's all. We haven't missed any weapon upgrades other than buying the Eye of Fact upgrade with skill points, I don't think. Even our fire doesn't do anything to them. Oh my god. Let's try the bombs. No, not really. Oh wow, those hurt to hit you. Alright, well, we're not going to level up quickly trying to fight guys that we can barely damage, so we might need to go back to an earlier area. Really got a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's go to Guilty Fire and level there. We should be able to kill these guys pretty quickly. Yeah. Much better. Yeah, look how much we're still getting a lot of XP from these guys. You can just kill them as you run through. That's the sweet spot. sure to grab the SP too so we can get that artifact upgrade. Okay. Close. Oh, we have enough for the eyes effect upgrade, I think. That plus finishing this level may be enough to start going in there and killing the other guys, which will give you more XP and skill points. So that would be better to grind there. I saw someone post on Twitter. You said Echo, you started playing Bravely Default 2. So someone posts on Twitter that the Bravely Default 2 difficulties are easy mode is normal mode is hard mode, and hard mode is I hope you like grinding. What do you think about that? Is that true? Do you find that to be your experience? Just kill it anyway and it counts as grind. Yeah, you agree? Okay, fair enough. What difficulty are you playing on? When I booted up East Monstrum Nox, I was like, oh my god, because there's like easy, normal, hard, nightmare, insane, and like there's like 6 difficulties. Oh, holy crap. I think this one has easy, normal, hard, and then if you beat it on hard, it unlocks nightmare, maybe? You playing on hard mode? I'm excited to play it. The only reason I'm not stopping and playing it right away is because I want to finish Final Fantasy IX first, and I don't want to rush Final Fantasy IX either. Of the 3 new games I got, Bravely Default's probably the one I'm most excited about. Like, Persona 5 Strikers is fun, but I mean, it's still like a Dynasty Warriors game, even if it's like very much a Persona game at the same time. Corn on that one. But then there's an East Monstrum Nox I'm excited for, but I want to go through the whole series before I play it, so it's not happening anytime soon, right? I gotta get through a lot of other games first. Drinking the eyes of fact. Cool. Let's go back to the Silent Sands and see if we can actually... Wrong button. See if we can actually kill those guys with more than 1 damage now. Midway through chapter 2. Okay. Be a long way to go, probably. I don't know how many chapters there are, but still. You're only doing 1 damage to these guys. Yeah. Okay, lower the defense is 1 or 2. Now it's 3. 5. Okay. So we can at least get the defense down now. 1 more level might do the trick. When we're done with this level. Is this a different one? I think it might be a different one. That or the defense debuff wore off. Alright, level up. See how much damage we do now. Still just 1. Nah. 1 or 3, okay. There we go. There's some other enemies in here, but a little easier. These guys should be. Oh, really? 1 damage to these guys. We just need more damage, man. Oh my god. Try fire. Nope. Or the bomb. No, we just don't do much damage. That is rough. We need to level up some. I mean, it's clear that's just what it is. We need to level up. We've gotten here before we should have. I know that last boss, we did very, very little damage to him. And just, I'm really good at that boss. So it didn't matter, you know? Alright. Probably still be faster leveling somewhere else where we actually do damage. Like, leveling off of these guys is going to be tedious as hell because we don't... It takes forever to kill them. Oh, you know these guys. We can level off of these mage dudes. Maybe these guys are just resistant to magic or something. Not that we have physical attacks, but still. Yeah, the bomb doesn't hurt them hard at all. This is insane. These little slimes are like this is how much a level matters in this game. Oh my god, right? This is like such an easy enemy too. On Unica we just flew through them. I don't think we had to level at this point in Unica, but Hugo has his own difficulties. Alright, there's one. Split into another one. Right, there we go. Okay. They give a fair amount of XP when we do kill them. Oh, my eyes got stuck out here. There we go. It's kind of funny that you can like lose your track of your eye there. 5,000 SP, sure. I know we know what this means. We need to put the mask on. Alright, that's our evil ring. We need that later. A little easier to these guys sometimes. There we go. Let's go ahead and jump down. There should be a chest down here too, right? Yep. There's our marble key. We just gotta find the right enemies. Like, these are clearly not the right enemies. Like, we need to leave the slimes alone until we level up. They're not a hard enemy, they're just an enemy that we can't kill right now. These guys too, oh my god. Alright. We're just having some difficulties. Any chest or anything up here? Leave me alone. Even lowering their defense, we do nothing to those guys. Yeah, and these red ones are going to be like increased. Can't kill these guys. At least I can hurt them. These red ones are going to be increased stats, so they're going to have higher defense. He's going to get back up too. You don't have the thing to keep them down yet. This is impossible. It's not impossible, but it's like, oh my god, like, these guys won't stay down. We can't make them stay down, and the other guys are gonna take so long to kill, and we have to kill so many of them. Oh my god, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Ugh. Yeah, we have to go level up. That sucks. We're just gonna have to fight those mages. Double jump. Coughing. Oh, hey, Des. Had the wrong string category. What was it? What was it set to? I changed it though. Weird. Put it on East. I guess it didn't take. Thanks for helping out. Okay. You get too close to the shield up, the shield starts hitting them for 1 and you stop doing damage with the eyes. It's annoying. There you go. Stop getting the level 1. Level up. There we go. Trying to do some damage. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm going through Hugo's so much faster and so much easier that I ended up underleveled. I feel like Unica didn't get underleveled because we struggled a little bit. I don't know if that's true. Also, I know my way through the tower, I guess. There's less backtracking. Alright, we're gonna get one more level, then we're gonna try those other monsters again. Got halfway there already. I am just playing on normal mode, yeah. I mostly wanted to experience the story. But I'm not exactly an East. I've never played through the East games before, so I figured start with normal, right? I know they can get pretty dang hard on higher difficulties, like really, really hard on the higher difficulties. I'm mostly just looking to experiencing, not to get a challenge. We're getting close to that level. We're getting double XP because we're killing fast enough. The defense buff doesn't really, the defense debuff doesn't really stack. It just lasts for a little bit and then runs out. Because like hitting him with it multiple times doesn't change my damage. Alright, there's another level. How much damage are you doing now? I'm from 14 to 22 on those guys. 16 on these guys without the defense debuff. Huge difference. Huge difference. On these guys with the defense debuff then. Okay. There's nothing I can do to get a better weapon until we get farther in the game. You just upgrade your weapon as you find Clarity Ore, that's it. So we gotta get to where we can kill those worm things fairly quickly, because we have to kill a whole bunch of the upgraded ones in that other room while being chased by undead that we can't actually keep dead until later in the game. We don't get the bells that let us keep the undead dead for a little bit longer. Hey, Placebo, how's it going, man? It's going great. We're gonna have a really good night tonight. I say we got about 2 hours of East Origins, and then we're gonna hit up Final Fantasy 14, and we're planning on doing the Coils of Bahamut, which is from what I understand, a pretty awesome raid that you just can't queue up for very easily. You don't really do it anymore. But some of our viewers are nice enough to get on their higher level characters and power me through it so we can experience the story of it. We're gonna do that. Let's get down here and kill some more of these guys. Let's see how we do on these slimes now. We're still... okay, we're doing 2 or 10, it looks like. Alright, so this is probably a better place to level now. See how the bombs doing these guys now. Okay. Ended up passing out kind of early into Persona 5 Strikers. I only played it for like an hour and a half. I was just trying to get an idea of what the game's going to be like. So from what I can tell, it's pretty much a Persona game. It's just straight up Persona 5 sequel. The only difference being instead of the turn-based combat, it uses Dynasty Warriors combat, which is a bit intriguing. Like usually when they make these Dynasty Warriors games, they kind of make a Dynasty Warriors game with like a story from that game, right? And this one, like, it still feels kind of like a Persona game. We don't have social links, I don't think, but other than that, it felt like another chapter on Persona 5, which is pretty awesome, I think. Okay. I'll definitely play it some more on the stream eventually, but I have a lot of other games to get through first. And I'd kind of like to play through Persona 5 Royal on the stream even more, honestly. But that's a humongous time commitment we gotta find a place for at some point, you know? Persona 5 Royal will be like 150 hours of gameplay or something like that, you know? Alright, once we get this level, we're gonna go try and attack those guys on the right side again. Gotta be more careful about falling behind in experience, man. I don't have to like do this grind again next time. There we go. Okay. Let's hit up a save point. 15,000 SP. We're gonna save up for the increased drop rate next. And as far as, you know, how long you can be in the stream, don't worry about that. You know, just stay as long as you can. Have fun, you know? That's what it's all about. Oh no. Down. Don't fall in the don't fall in the sand. That's horrible. Oh, until you get double jump, that sand is horrendous. We can kill this thing. Thank God. Well, we appreciate all the support, man. We really do. We just like sharing our games with people, you know? Okay. I can only do 4 damage to these guys. Oh, I forgot about this. I know you just wrote something and I totally can't read it right now. I'll look at it in a second. Oh, geez. Oh, you put your terrible jokes. Oh, dude. I love your jokes. Terrible jokes are encouraged, if not only allowed. Yay, double jump. Okay. That opens up some worlds. Maybe we just don't even have to get on the sand, we'll just float. Okay, we don't get that though. Oh, we don't have the way to thrust ourselves forward like Unica does. Get up there, get up there. Oh, we got double jump. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. Ruby. Okay. That's nice. Alright. So there's another high jump on the other end we can go to. But we still do like no damage to these guys. Okay. I think there was a Roo on this side, right? Yeah, there he is. I got some new shoes. Hugo fact, is it? Zavo? Oh no, it's a goddess. Lady Rhea. We've been looking everywhere for you. What in the world are you doing here? And why did you bring the Black Pearl? Hush. I think we're surrounded. Huh? This is where we get the ability to kill the undead. What the hell? Watch out, they're about to close in. That should do it. Not so much. What the? It's alright, I'll take care of them. What did you just do? She's holding a magic artifact I've never seen its like before. Never you mind, the important thing is they're gone. I must say I'm quite impressed. This is well over halfway up the tower. It couldn't have been easy for you to get here. You've been put through so much on our account, and for that I must sincerely apologize. So you know why we're here then? More or less. I also know that Fiend has been captured and that Toll is turned against us, neither of which is news to you, I assume. As I understand it, you were always rather close to my brother. Do you even have the slightest idea why he would betray us? I don't expect you to hold much esteem for father or myself given his disinheritance. And there's certainly no love lost between us personally. I'm fully prepared to kill him next time we cross paths. But outside of his family, the people of East are his lifelong allies. He's not the type to turn his back on friends. When he was captured by the enemy, is it possible they did something to him? I'm sorry. I do have a theory, but I don't believe it would be appropriate for me to speak of it here and now. It's a matter of honor, you see. What? I can say this much, however. He has not lost his pride. You may be fully justified in your desire to kill him. I can't say I blame you, really. But he's not your enemy, nor is he your ally. He's walking a path of his own. It's up to him whether or not it leads to where he wants it to. Personally, I believe we should let him follow it. Hugo. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Forgive my impertinence, Lady Rhea, but you and Lady Fina keep far too many secrets. As far as I can see, you two basically just decided to sneak out of the palace and take the Black Pearl for a stroll. I mean, what the hell were you thinking without even a word to the six priests? And now you're trying to justify the actions of a traitor? He hasn't lost his pride. He's walking his own path. Listen to yourself. What path is he walking? The one that colludes with demons and kidnaps goddesses? He clearly has you wrapped around his little finger pretty tightly for you to come up with a lame-ass excuse like that. And I'm supposed to just accept his abuse with good humor. He's a goddamn demon now. How come he gets off so easy? Hugo, I can never apologize enough for all the trouble we've caused you. Not just you personally, but everyone from Solomon's Shrine. If I could, I would explain everything to you. I really wish I could tell you exactly what's going on, exactly why we're here. But right now, there's simply no time for that. Here, take this with you. Yeah, I think that, you know, he is become part demon and he is working with the bad guys, but I think he's actually still on our side. And we'll find out about that on his path, I'm assuming. This is what you use on those demons. The set of chimes that grants eternal slumber to the poor souls from whom such luxury has long been denied. Truth be told, we really would prefer you all go back to Solomon trying to leave this matter in our hands. Bravely Default did win. I'm not playing East 9. In fact, okay. Whoa, look what we got. But we're actually playing Final Fantasy 14 tonight. I'm just playing East Origins until it's time for the stream to start, which is in an hour and a half. And when we finish Final Fantasy 9, Bravely Default is going next. But I know that's a futile request to make, so at the very least, I bid you much luck and pray for your safety in the end. Boo! Why is this boo? What's the boo for? Still in a daze from his encounter with Lady Rhea, Hugo clumsily withdrew the Lila shell and raised it to his ear. Hugo, it's me, Eolia. Are you alright? Oh, yes, I'm fine. What do you need? I think we figured out where Lady Fina is being held captive. There's this weird smaller tower connected to this one by an outdoor walkway called Rado's Onyx. Rado's Onyx? Boo for Final Fantasy? Why boo for Final Fantasy? What? How do you know Lady Fina is being held there? And do you know his name? Well, apparently the knights heard about it from Toll. He just showed up and told them where to find Lady Fina and then disappeared again. Considering the source, we can't say for sure its intelligence is accurate, but still, it's something, right? Understood. I remember seeing the Rado's Annex from the outside. It was a little over halfway up, so I should be near it. I'll try to find a way in. Well, the knights are headed that way too, actually. If you see them, please try to cooperate with them, okay? That depends entirely on the situation. If they decide to start trouble, don't expect any favors from me. I'll talk to you later. Hugo, wait! Hugo put away the Lila shell. Final Fantasy 14 did nothing wrong. You take your booze and put them in the back of the box. You've had enough? You've had enough of what? Which Final Fantasy are you talking about? 9 or 14? Or just Final Fantasy in general? Because, like, Bravely Default's also pretty much Final Fantasy. But at least now my suspicions are confirmed. I guess I know for sure that the goddesses are hiding something. Once I set Lady Fina free, I might have to give her an interrogation of my own. All of them. So you didn't want Bravely Default to win either, I guess, huh? What did you vote for? Put the chimes on. What is not? You don't think Bravely Default's a Final Fantasy game? It has the class system. It has the crystals. It has the 4 heroes of light. It's a Final Fantasy game in all but name. If the only part of Final Fantasy you're tired of is the name, then fine. In an hour and a half, we're gonna play Googly Moogly 14. It's just like Final Fantasy 14, but it's not Final Fantasy. See, problem solved. They're a little fast. Oh my god. And annoying. These are so easy on Unica, but on Hugo, these guys are like the devil. You're tired of 14. Well, I hate to tell you, man, we're playing 14 2 days a week, so. Wednesdays and Sundays are 14 days. But I want to get caught up to the end game before the new expansion comes out. God, look at all of them. We're dead. Oh my god. We're gonna go back and heal. Whew. That's close. I still feel like Hugo's a little bit behind in level or something. Like I just feel a little weak. I don't know, the bugs are rough, man. The problem is when they start getting on me, they do damage so quickly. Honestly, with so much of a glass cannon, usually I almost always want to keep my wind ability on so I can keep a shield up. It doesn't really help you offensively. Honestly, Hugo's abilities just aren't very offensive. I mean, his like spells are more defensive. That's him. Can't really fit between that, can you? There's no reason to keep fighting this. Let's keep going. Sometimes the best thing to know to do is just to run away. Those little bugs can jump up here too? Really? You have a time limit to get back, right? Maybe not. Yeah, screw this room. That's more HP. Okay. Well, if we search the entire bottom of this floor. Just imagine this mage running away from like cockroaches. Oh my god! They're gonna overpower my magic! What was the hardest thing you fought on the way up the tower, Hugo? The roaches. Oh my god, oh my god. It's not that they do that much damage, they just kind of like stun lock you. And they hit you so fast they get through your barrier really quick. Because the barrier isn't about how much damage they do, the barrier is the number of hits that it protects you against. Okay, we can't jump down here, actually. Let's go up here. Don't you dare. I thought they were going to jump up here for a second. I don't know if that was the smartest idea. Double jump saved me there. Alright, what we got? More SP? Cool. Okay. Shit. Oh my god. Alright. Shit. Thank you. Yeah, I missed the platform. And sometimes like the perspective in like 3D games with the camera you can't move around can be a little tricky. But have you ever played like those old school like 2D games that were pretending to be 3D and you had to figure out the perspective? Like the biggest one for this for me is Alundra. Have you guys ever played Alundra? It's like a PlayStation 1 Zelda-like, and it has like 3D platforming in a 2D game, and sometimes the perspective on the platforming can be so confusing that you're like, wait, I didn't hit that? What? Hugo has the shins of a god to not take a fall damage from height, right? He's got some of those special shoes or ankle braces or whatever, like Shell has in Portal. No, not here. Let's just go. It's right here, actually, isn't it? Yeah. Fighting these guys going up the stairs as a ranged guy is just... no, I'm not doing that. Because my shots go into the stairs. Right, these guys are up from underneath you. The trick that these guys just keep moving. The hands don't track you, they just erupt from underneath you. As long as you're not standing still, you won't get hit by them generally. We got this way, the other side. Okay, this is the key that we get after Rado's Annex. We're going to Rado's Annex. This is right, this is where we come back down to power up the evil ring. Once we do that, we still need the energy source for the evil ring, right? Which is gonna, well, we're gonna have to fight a boss in Rado's Annex first. Yeah, okay. Which I believe should be the flame boss, right? Where the flames shoot out from the sides. This must be it. Rado's Annex, where Leafy is allegedly being held. I can sense great malice emanating from within. There's no way I'm going to wait for those incompetent knights. I can handle this on my own. Should have enough to get that upgrade I wanted. Item drop rate. One sec, guys. I'm going to grab a drink. Second is over. So and as far as playing games like East, like my general theory for scheduling around here is, you know, 3 days a week we do Devshire's game, which right now is Danganronpa 2. 2 days a week I do my game, which right now is Final Fantasy 9, and 2 days a week we're doing Final Fantasy 14, like tonight. And those happen from 8 p.m. till, you know, 11, 12, 1, depending on the night. depending on who's with us. So that's like the scheduled game for the night. We have every night we have a scheduled game, right? But if I get on earlier or I run later, I'll just play whatever I want, you know, and it won't be one of those games because, like, if someone's coming in to watch Final Fantasy 9 and they're like, okay, well, you say Final Fantasy 9 is on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm going to be here every Monday and Tuesday from 8 till midnight to watch Final Fantasy 9. I don't want them to miss anything. So if I'm playing early, I'm going to play something else. And so games like Ys help me have something else to stream without playing a game that someone knows is scheduled for a certain time and they don't want to miss, right? Damn, it's a trap. So nice to see you again. Especially when I'm trying to like catch up on series like Final, like Bravely Default, Ys and stuff, like because I want to play Monstrum Nox or Bravely Default 2. And just like slot those in wherever, you know. You. Don't know my name, do you? I must apologize for not introducing myself before, but I was otherwise occupied. You've realized the game that you've played, Reciteer, borrows a ton of the aesthetics from Ys, really? I've not played much Reciteer. That's the one where you like own a store and you go into dungeons to sell stuff at the store, right? I'm Zava, the finest sorceress among the Darklings. I serve the great Lord Dallas. Dallas, so that's the name of your leader. Also, not all of the Ys games have this same aesthetic, as you'll see as we continue on. Indeed, I'm a finer leader and none shall ever know, though I must say this is a most unpleasant surprise. I assumed the Devil's Quarter would keep you away for quite some time yet. Hard to blame me considering the miserable defeat you suffered at the hands of your brother. But you are the heir to the fact name for a reason, I suppose. You savages don't have the right to speak of our name. As far as I'm concerned, I have no brother. All he is to me now is a target, marked for death. Well, that's so. Well, it seems we have at least one thing in common. I don't stand the man either. He repeatedly kills my summoned creatures and takes their energies as his own. If Lord Dallas would allow it, I would gladly tear him to shreds and use his entrails as feed for my familiars. I jest, of course. I would never be so cruel as to give my darklings such low-grade meat. But what a sour expression you have. You and your brother seem to share that particular trait. Yours has more personality, though. If I had to pick, I'd say you're the cuter of the two, but then the little one usually is. Are you done? If you're not going to fight me, then just stand aside. The Eyes of Fact. Such delightful implements of sorcery. Most magic items from Ys are rather unappealing to me, but something about those cold, lifeless orbs feels comforting. It's almost like they were made for us. What? This is a much stronger familiar than the ones I entrusted to Epona. Come, show me what those Eyes of Fact can do. This boss should be pretty easy with ranged attacks, because the big problem with him is avoiding his attacks, but like I can stand outside the fire and shoot into it. Yeah. Oh, okay, he has other things he can do apparently. Okay, yeah. So he's upgraded a little bit for Hugo. Still gonna be easy. Almost done. Yep. Hugo, the boss killer. That boss is a pain in each one until you get to the right level, and then it's like super easy. What a spectacular show. That's actually the first boss in each one. Damn you. You are a fascinating specimen, little one. Your power and the way you handle those eyes of yours is like you were born to be a Darkling. The hell are you trying to pull? Feisty, but I like that. Truly, you and I aren't so different at all. We're like kindred spirits. We both lust for power. We both find solace in the dark, alone and unfettered by the ignorance of others. Don't try to deny it. Perhaps I should introduce you to Lord Dallas sometime, I suspect you and he would get along famously. Certainly far better than he and your dear brother. But wait. Alright. Is that really how I come across? I'm nothing like them. I can't be. I can't let her get to me. That's what she wants. Lady Fina must be imprisoned upstairs. I just need to keep moving. Keep moving. Alright, so we have the ring. We're gonna have to go back out and power up the evil ring, but other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. Once we get into there with the goddess, we should be able to get the key to move on farther up the tower, right? Ah! This door. The malice is putting off so strong, it's almost a physical presence. This must be what I was feeling outside. It's far more powerful than I thought. If I were to imprison a goddess, this is definitely where I'd do it. What are you so afraid of, Hugo? This barrier must be child's play compared to Father's shield magic. What right have you to succeed his position if you can't even handle something as simple as a door? And how are you ever supposed to defeat your brother, for that matter? Really? Alright, I can do this. Strong enough blast of magic should do the trick. If I just focus the combined energies of all three artifacts of East and charge them to the point of breaking, then unleash. Not gonna work. Cool ability though. What the? Shit. Oops. Hugo, such a foolish creature. Surely you can't get to be so giddy just because your skills were noticed by those around you. Fact has no need for those who beg for treats and wag their tails like pathetic little puppy dogs. If you want to be accepted, you must show strength. And your elder brother must. Hey, it's Epona again. Epona likes us. Well, well, look who's awake. Not you again. Meanwhile, Mushka's trying so hard to get in with us, and we're over here like hanging out with the bad guy. You sure are a handful, you know that? Do you really think you could use brute force to overpower the devil's gaze? It's pretty reckless, but even I wouldn't get anywhere near that thing if I didn't have to. Wait, were you looking after me? You sound surprised. You owe me a rematch, remember? And I want you to be in tip-top shape for it. Besides, I have to be a real sicko to kill somebody while he's unconscious. Easy now. After what you've been through, I wouldn't suggest trying any sudden moves. Just take it nice and slow. I don't need your pity. I'm not unconscious anymore. So let's get this over with. One obnoxious little prick, you know that? Lucky for you, I'm also not enough of a sicko to attack someone who's too weak to do anything but mouth off. Now, if Zava were here, she'd totally slit your throat and laugh while you bled out. She's a real bad egg that way. Besides, Dallas ordered us to withdraw from Rado's Annex, so technically I'm not even supposed to be here. Which means I'm sure as hell not going to do anything that would draw attention to myself. Have it your way then. So why were you really looking after me? I don't know. I don't know. Is that the best you can come up with? What does it matter? I just felt like it, that's all. So, you really are the Clawman's brother, huh? Why do you have it in for him so bad? Don't you two get along? Does it look like we get along? As far as I'm concerned, I have no brother. All I've got is a target, a traitor I've set out to exterminate. Yeah, I get that. But he's still your brother. If you've got to kill him, then you've got to kill him. But you're still bound by blood, you know, and the sibling can never... and nothing can ever take that away. Sorry, not trying to open old wounds or anything. We just come from different worlds, I guess. You East people probably all think that way. He's always been completely self-absorbed. Hmm? The fact line is generally named first among those of the 6 priests. We're the arbiters of all matters of spirit. As the elder brother, Toll was expected to succeed our name, but he elected to become a holy knight instead. It came across as if he were scoffing in the face of his lineage, as if the position were trivial and worthless to him. Simply put, he just didn't care. He wanted to follow his own path, and so he did. Protocol and tradition be damned. He didn't even bat an eye when he was disinherited. It honestly didn't seem to bother him at all, really. And that's how the position of successor fell to me, the second son. They call me a magic prodigy now, but back then I was just an ordinary kid. I was constantly being compared to him as if I were living in his shadow, and in its own way it was nothing short of excruciating. But I did as father asked of me, and I tried as hard as I could to live up to everyone's lofty expectations. My training was intense and all-consuming, and I lost every friend I had, but eventually I was deemed worthy of my title. Finally, I thought, finally everyone will acknowledge my abilities. I'll no longer be regarded as Tolfac's little brother. But then your goddamn demons attacked, and we all had to ride Solomon's Shrine up into the sky to escape. And of course, Toll just had to stay behind with Commander Tova to buy time for the rest of us. And oh, how they praised him for his gallant sacrifice. And then despite all my hard work, it was just Tolfac's little brother again, brother to one of the greatest heroes of Ys. That still seems to be all I'm known for. I fought so hard to crawl out from his shadow only to be pulled right back in. I know I'm basically just lashing out at him. It's totally illogical for me to be as angry as I am, even after what he's done. But that doesn't change the fact that I really, truly want him dead. His betrayal just makes that attitude a lot easier to justify. He shamed our family enough just by forfeiting his right of succession so he could become a knight. But there's still honor in knighthood. He took an oath to protect Ys and the goddesses after all. Then he trampled that oath into the ground, and for me, that's the final straw. He's beyond redemption. You were kind of rambling there, so I'm not sure I really understood all of what you're saying. But the long and short of it is, you still love him, right? Were you even listening to me? How could you possibly have gotten that from any part of that, what I just told you? Well, you want what he's got, so you're trying to be just like him, right? Or, I guess it's better to say, you want to be respected and looked up to by your father and everyone else the way he is. You're frustrated that you can't seem to measure up. That sound about right? I got a big brother of my own too, so I totally get where you're coming from. You kind of want to be nice to him, but you also kind of want to wring his neck sometimes. And your parents are always saying things like, why can't you be more like your brother? And it's frustrating as hell, because you love him. But he's just such a pain in the ass, you know? You don't get it at all. Huh? I said you don't get it at all. You got one hell of an imagination, you know that? Why would I ever have the slightest inclination to be anything like him at all? That's patently absurd. I don't know, I've been told I'm pretty good at reading people. But hey, if you say I'm off the mark, I won't push the matter any further. I'll just leave it right where it lies. It's the least I can do for opening up to me. Kinda nice, you know? I thought you had you pegged as this uptight, self-important asshole, and I pretty much hated your guts. I don't know. I guess you're really not so bad after all. You're kinda like an extra smug version of me. Is that supposed to be a compliment? ordeal has me completely worn out. Didn't you say you were ordered to abandon this place? If so, I think it might be best for you to follow those orders now. Alright, I can do that. Just so you know, though, it's not possible for regular people like you to get through that door, no matter how hard you try. But the goddess lady is definitely in there. And she's safe, so don't worry, okay? I'll catch you later. Epona, was it? I ask you one last question before you go. Sure, but I can't guarantee I'll be able to answer. Technically, I've already asked this, but I feel compelled to ask again. Simply put, I'm your enemy. Why are you going to all this trouble on my behalf? Sorry, but my answer hasn't changed. I honestly have no idea. I guess I just wanted to give it a shot, you know? Come to think of it, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What the hell's wrong with me? You are an oddball. Weren't you supposed to be good at reading people? Oh, shut up. You men always latch on to such trivial details. I've said my piece, so I'm out of here. Besides, if I'm getting back late, I'll never hear the end of it from Sava. Alright, I'll let you go. But thank you, Epona. Every time you hear Epona, you think of the horse in Legend of Zelda, and keep feeling like the character would be nicer if you could feed them a carrot. Why would a goddess merely be behind a door and not some other plane of existence? It's not a gateway. No, they trapped her in there. They've got her underneath a force field that keeps her from using her powers, and they've got her locked behind a door full of demonic energy, so you can't open it unless you're a demon. You're welcome, Hugo. But just so you know, the next time I see you, I'm gonna have your head on a silver platter. You better keep it nice and clean for me, you hear? Don't worry, I have no intention of holding back myself. Promises to be one hell of a fight. Anyways, we have this evil ring that's like super cursed. So if we can power it back up and then wear it, the door will have enough demonic energy in us that the door will think we're a demon and let us in. Only problem is wearing that ring kills you. So we're going to have to wear something else to protect us from it. Now then, what to do next? I can't rescue Lady Fina without opening that door. But according to Epona, regular people like us are incapable of getting through it. This door in the annex, almost like 80% of the things that happen in this game are referencing stuff from the original East. In the original East, you had to come to this annex and you had to use the evil ring to get through the door. It's like this is a prequel to the first game. According to Epona, yeah, regular people can't go. That basically confirms what it's been enchanted with some sort of powerful curse. And sadly, curses lie firmly outside my area of expertise. As much as it pains me to seek counsel with the search party, I may need Kadina's advisement on this. Never seen in the East. Well, you're in luck. We're gonna play through like the whole series. Just keep coming by, man. Let's see if we can go find Kadina. She can tell us we have to power up the evil ring. I'm not comfortable leaving this place unmanned, knowing Lady Fina's trapped within us. She's the Lila shell. Oh, okay. Very well. Hugo spoke to the Lila shell. Aeolia's voice echoed back in response. Hugo, is that you? I hope you haven't been waiting too long. The knights were ambushed on their way to Rado's annex. Maybe a while yet before they get there. I see. Well, I'm already here, but I seem to have run into a bit of a roadblock. Hugo briefly described his encounter with the cursed door and asked Aeolia if Kadina might be available to help. Sure. I'll contact her right away and ask her to meet you there. Oh boy. You weren't kidding, this thing's got one hell of a curse on it. Just looking at it makes me feel tight in the chest. If it helps. That woman said regular people would never get through. Her choice of words there seemed deliberate. You have any idea what she might have meant? I think so. I have a theory at any rate. Best I can tell, it'll only open for a demon, or someone harboring demon-grade malice at any rate. It's honestly kind of ingenious. I mean, what better way to keep out do-gooders than by locking a door with pure hatred? So you pretty much have to be evil if you want to get in. In other words, a door designed solely for people like him. Really quite a curse, and it's not just the door either. The whole room is affected by it. It's like there's an impossibly strong barrier all around it that no matter what kind of brute force, no amount of brute core force could possibly penetrate. Oh, don't tell me you tried already. Yes, and one could say that it went poorly. So is there nothing at all we can do? Lady Fina is trapped in there after all. Yeah, we can't just leave her. Isn't there any way to fool it or something? If we could get our hands on one of these magic items, we might have a shot. What do you mean? Something with an equivalent curse on it, particularly if it were something wearable. Assuming it doesn't kill whatever poor sap tries it on, might just do the trick. Wow, I don't think I like the sound of that at all. I think you might be assuming too much there. No one would be able to survive a curse that strong. Not under normal circumstances, no, but our other option is to capture one of the enemy alive, so it still seems worth mentioning. Yeah, I think that's even less likely. Alright then, I'll head back into the tower and see if I can find any magic items that might serve our purpose. In the meantime, I'd like for the two of you to begin keeping this area secure. The knights should be arriving anytime now. Hugo. Sounds like a plan to me. In fact, sounds almost too good to be true. You actually communicating and coordinating with others. It's like some kind of miracle. Isn't your usual MO to do everything by yourself? What happened? Nothing in particular. I just know my own limitations, and it's not the kind of field of magic I'm familiar with. Thus, I defer to the expert. Alright, I guess I can buy that. We'll be right here. Let us know if you find anything that might work. Be careful, Hugo. So in this game, you play Unica and Hugo, and then Hugo's brother Toll. In, like, I think all of the other East games, you play Adol Kristen. So, like, Adol is the red-haired main character of, like, all the East games. Except for this prequel, because in this one, he's not even alive yet. But, East 1 is like his first adventure, but then he goes on many more adventures. Him and his friend Dogi, who he meets in this tower right here in the first game. And eventually in the newer games, you actually get a party of people you can swap between, but Adol is always in all of them. It's actually the story of like one adventurer going through all these games. He's gone on so many adventures that when you get to East 9, he gets arrested because the tales of everything that he's done have gotten to the city, and they assume he's some sort of terrorist or he's a spy or he's lying because he's been involved in all these major events and upsets and revolutions and stuff. They just arrest him immediately as soon as he gets to town. What's that ring you've got me? I see it. You go show the evil ring to Cadena. Yeah, and East 9 just came out. Monstrum Nox. It's one of the main reasons I'm playing East right now, because I picked it up. Sorry. But it's been drained of all its power. If you look closely at it though, its design does seem to match the one in the store. Maybe it's connected in some way. If we could bring this ring back to full power, we might just get exactly what we're looking for. The question is how to restore its power. I mean, I know what we have to do, I just don't know if I had to talk to them first. Okay, it looks like the creatures in the sand. Here we go. Yeah, they're all linked. They're all one story in one world, and all of them except for Origins have the same main character. Like, the stories aren't like hugely linked. Like, East 1 and 2 are basically one game split up into two. So like in East 1, you come to the island, you explore the island, you explore the mine, you go up the tower, and then in East 2, you're on the floating continent above it. So it's just a continuation of the story. East 3 is in another and then the rest of them are generally in another country where Adol goes on another adventure, and you know, he'll get a shipwrecked or he'll get stuck in a jungle or something with his friend Dogi, and they'll have some kind of adventure with alchemy or magic or lost ancient gods or whatever. But you can play any one of them without knowing anything other than Adol's an adventurer, let's go, you know? Like, you don't, it's not like you have to play them in order or anything, but they are like all the story of one. It's like Indiana Jones. You could watch Indiana Jones movie, they're all Indiana Jones, they're all part of his life, but you don't need to know any one of them, you know what I mean? You just ordered Persona 5 Royal and Strikers from Amazon. Well, you're welcome, Placebo. Don't make you want East as well. What do I think of Star Ocean? I've only ever played one Star. I played the original Star. I played Star Ocean First Departure or whatever, like the first game on the PSP. The remake of it. I haven't played the other ones, so I don't really have an opinion of it yet. I liked the first one. It was a little short, but I liked it. Well, while we're headed there, I swear we saw some demons that look exactly like this. Not exactly. Yeah, okay. So we obviously need to go back there, kill those demons, and recharge the ring. So let's go try and do that. I think... Oh wait, we had Claria? No wonder we've been so weak. We had a weapon upgrade that we haven't used all night, really? That would have made such a big difference. I'm sitting here grinding because I'm only doing 1 damage. And we had a weapon upgrade sitting in our inventory. That's crazy. I hear Second Story is one of the best ones. I haven't played it yet though. I just haven't gotten around to there's so many RPG series, and here's the crazy thing, I own them all. Like I have this like compulsive need to like own every major RPG series. So like I've got all the Star Oceans on my shelf. I've got all the Wild Arms on my shelf. I've got like I've got all these series I haven't played yet. We got to get to. I have all the Suikoden's on my shelf. We've done 1 and 2 on the stream, but we haven't done the other ones, right? So I own all these games. I just haven't gotten around to actually playing them all. But hey, we keep having these streams every night. Maybe we'll get to them, you know? You have the need to, you just can't afford them. Yeah, well, I make enough money as a programmer to afford them, so here I am. My you know, my ultimate wish one day would be to make enough money just doing this to afford them so that I could like stream full time. That would be awesome. But you know, that's a long way off. We're nowhere near that. All right, let's go back. Can't believe I had an upgrade that whole time. That's crazy. Hey, Deathly Placebo with another gift sub. Dude, you're like the ultimate supporter of the stream right now. You forgot I'm a programmer? Yeah. Indeed. I do the programmings. Do I work on anything neat? I work for the government on all kinds of programs that they may need. Nothing interesting. I mean, like I do like mapping websites, and I do internal software, and I do. I wrote the time clock that we use. You know, like a bunch of. It's not like exciting, but I mean, you know, some of it's cool if you're a programmer and you actually look at the code. I'm proud of it, you know. But this red one, man, he ain't taking no damage. Ooh, he's got some defense. I need the defense buff on him. I still only do 3 to him. Even with the upgrade I already bought, this guy's... There we go. Gotta kill a couple of those to power up the ring. It's so tough because when they're glow red like that, they're generally something you need to complete a quest objective, and they get buffed stats, so they have increased attack and defense, especially defense, which is why he has higher defense than a normal one, and we already didn't do that much damage to them. So these ones with the buff defense are... Oh god. Quite hard. Please tell me I saved. I did. Good. We might need to like grind a little bit to get some more damage. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to kill these guys, which just tells me that we're a little bit behind. Oh, you know, it also could be is we might need to use a certain element to kill them. Like maybe they're weak to fire or something. Let's see. Not fire. Let's try the bomb. Not really. They do so much damage. It's just such a rough fight. Hey, DM Mordak! Definitely Placebo with another gift. Dude. Am I to blame for the Obamacare site? No, that was written by a third party for the federal government. I work for the local county government here. Much lower level. Mad respect for programming. If you didn't go into medical, you probably would have landed in programming. That's cool. Yeah, I have one of my friends at work actually used to program for the medical field, and like they use like old school programming still, because I guess because it's just hard to change stuff when you're at the old government, or like banks and hospitals tend to like take forever to upgrade stuff, you know? So like they're using like programming languages that you wouldn't even learn nowadays unless you had to do it specifically for work. Like COBOL and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go level up somewhere because this is just like pitiful how much damage we're doing to these guys. And it's just making this way harder than it needs to be for no reason. You program for Little Caesars? That's cool. You like that? What kind of thing do you do for Little Caesars? They got like what? Their website, they got like a phone app, they got... Tell you what, I had to write a phone app. Those weren't fun. We wrote a phone app for the county for like citizens to be able to like get information like about all kinds of stuff, right? And it's like not even used at all, honestly. But like, man, writing that and making it work for Android and iPhone, that was a pain and a half. Trying to kill them faster. Those guys aren't that bad anymore. Mostly internal apps, yeah. I do a lot of those too. Right now I'm working on a website for like if you want to move to the county, it'll like let you like look up places you might want to move to and find out information about them, like what school district they're in, any flood zones they might be in, stuff like that. What I'm working on. And I'm pretty much done with that. It was a really small project. Not exactly complicated. At least not to me. Alright, let's come down here and fight these guys. Their shield up. I'm trying the more direct route with these guys. Stop getting knocked down. I think we do enough damage to them, we can kind of power through and then get the healing from them and be alright. The traps are really making me regret my strategy here, but it's working. We can actually kill these things fast enough now. It's like everything, we can kill everything pretty fast except for the guys that we need to kill for the main quest. Okay, so these guys drop health pretty often, so, and they don't do much damage anymore. They do what, 2? The problem is they start like hitting you so fast that you can't attack. And these guys only do 3 damage now. Like I can just tank that. See, look how much health they drop. I got that increased drop rate upgrade too, which is helping a lot. I haven't had Little Caesars in a while. We got one like on the way home. We used to get every now and then. Hey, Dez. Thought I heard her. Yeah, they start like pushing you. It's crazy. They're freaking like cockroaches. What the hell? Get this level, we'll check and see how much damage you're doing to those guys again now. I mean, we're doing like 40, 45 to these guys. And these are basically like the highest level monsters-ish before that we have access to right now. Yeah, my plan right now is just keep programming, you know, making money, and if I ever get to the point where the stream has enough viewers and enough subs that I could actually live off of it, I might, you know, retire and become a streamer. You know what I mean? But like that's kind of like a very far off dream right now. But maybe one day. To make sure I can take care of my family, you know? Has to come first. We're gonna level up in another like 1 or 2 passes through here, I think. Alright, so there's a level. I wonder how much damage we do to those guys now that we got that level, huh? How much we do to these guys? We got up to 50 with these guys. We go up like 7 damage a level-ish. What got me into coding? I wanted to make video games when I was in high school. So, you know, I went to Georgia Tech and I learned how to program. And then I found out that, you know what, I like programming, but I don't really want to work on video games. I'd rather play the video games. You know what I mean? Like, video games is some of the hardest programming there is, honestly. Like, you've got to do so many calculations in the time it takes to do a frame. You know, so you got to be like really on your game. It's not that I can't. I've written video games before. It's more like the deadlines and crap they put up with. Like, I like my more laid back work environment. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't have deadlines, but I don't really have like hard deadlines, you know what I mean? Like I can kind of relax, take my time, make my program good. I like that. I wouldn't want to be like, okay, well, we're releasing in November, so it better be done. So stay up and work 80-hour weeks until it is, you know, like I'm not for that. So I ended up not making video games. You went to Full Sail? Cool thing, man. I went to Georgia Tech. So well, my learning wasn't specifically for video games, although I did take a course in video game programming where we had to write a video game as like the main, like it was basically the one big project for the whole course was writing a video game, which honestly makes sense, right? Another Southern boy, yeah, that's true. Modern game companies are shit anyways. Yeah. Well, when I first went, I wanted to work for like Square Enix or Blizzard, or I took Japanese in college because I was like, I mean, if I'm maybe I want to work for a game that makes a JRPG and do like the American I don't know, like it seemed like a good idea, right? So I know some Japanese. Not super useful in my current job, but there we are, right? It is super useful if I become a full-time streamer and I decide I want to play a game that wasn't released outside of Japan. I could just read the damn game, right? But my Japanese is not that good either. I'd have to work on it more. Like me last night playing Persona going, I think I know what that says, right? Maybe one day I can move to Japan. I don't think I want to move to Japan. I'd like to go visit Japan. And I think Desshire and I probably will one day, when the kids are grown or something, we have more money. Not exactly a cheap trip to go halfway across the world, right? But, how much for Japanese tutoring? I will tutor Japanese for free because I don't know Japanese, so I wouldn't be a very good tutor, but we could learn together. Like, I mean, learning languages is hard, and Japanese is especially hard. Like, you gotta learn hiragana, katakana, so that's 2 alphabets already, but then you gotta learn all the kanji, and there's like 20,000 of them you need to know, right? That's a lot. And it's not like Chinese, like the kanji don't have like one sound, they have like as many sounds as they need to have, because sometimes they do it based on the sound, sometimes they just do it based on the word and the meaning of the kanji, and it's just a word that already existed in Japanese and they just picked a Chinese character to go with it, you can't really, Hey, you want to learn Japanese, man? At one point I was like, what I should do is like, and this is something that I probably wouldn't do unless I was a full-time streamer, but if I was a full-time streamer, I'd totally be like, okay, well, like, I do Duolingo every day at like 8 a.m. We're going to do an hour of that, get it out of the way. It's like, we're not streaming a game, but we're hanging out and learning the language, we'll do games after. I don't have time for that. I only have enough time to do the games that I got, and I got to move on because I work most of the day, right? But I'd totally be up for that. That'd be fun. We all learn Japanese together, and then we can play like unreleased video games. It'd be cool. Play Final Fantasy VII in the original Japanese so we can figure out what the hell they did with that translation. And sometimes the meaning gets lost or changed in translation for the games, Like, that's not exactly what they meant, or like the original translation was like a pun or a Japanese reference that Americans wouldn't get, so they change what they say, or all kinds of things, Like, I remember, what game was it? I think it might have been one of the Persona games, I don't remember. But there was one game I was reading about where, like, in the original Japanese, they were making a joke about the fact that, someone being a prisoner or being a husband. And it doesn't make, it makes a little bit of sense if you think, ooh, prisoner, husband, your husband's a prisoner, that's funny. But it makes more sense in Japanese because in Japanese, the word for prisoner and the word for husband are almost the same word. They're very, very similar. So it's a funnier pun in the other language, but we don't have that. The words aren't similar in English. Well, they have other funny things like they'll combine words and like it doesn't translate because like So like the kanji for this word is this, and the kanji for this word is this, but those kanji put together actually mean this, but in English it's just those two words, and it's like, what? You know? Like language jokes that don't translate over, you know? I love how the freaking cockroach just like pushes me along the game, like, like these are the strongest freaking bugs, man. Alright, one more level and then we're gonna go try and do the main quest again. Some anime shows the two kanji on the screen will make the joke. Yeah, yeah. We have enough time to finish this quest and get to the goddess, I think, before Final Fantasy 14 starts up. And then we'll probably try and finish Hugo's quest maybe tomorrow before Final Fantasy, if we have time. Depends on when I get to start tomorrow. We're getting there, slowly but surely. You won't be able to watch anime without having to stare at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that would be nice. I am slowly learning Japanese, but man, like super slowly, right? I'm not good at learning languages to begin with, and I don't have the dedication, or honestly, it's not that it's the time. I don't have the time to devote to it, which it would really take. Like, you kind of need to immerse yourself in that stuff to really become good at it, you know? And I just have too many other things I'm trying to do. But that's why I say, like, if I was like a full-time streamer, I would just devote like an hour a day on the stream to like, we're gonna work on this. And you guys want to watch it, that's cool. You come back in an hour, you know? We'll be streaming all day, don't worry about it. If we do like an hour a day of it, man, we'd become fluent. We'd become fluent. You know, it wouldn't take that long. Do an hour a day. Do an hour a day of anything and you'll become good at it, as far as I'm concerned. You know? Hey, Mr. Turd Burglar, how's it going? Should turn our brain language centers on. See, I don't subscribe to that. I don't feel like you actually learn language better as a kid. I feel like the difference isn't that kids' brains learn language faster. It's that kids have nothing else to do. They spend all their time working on it. And you know, honestly, kids don't learn it that quickly. You know, like I've had kids. They take a long time to learn their language, you know? It's not like an easy thing, and they have everybody constantly trying to help them. And if you were an adult and people were as patient with you as they are with babies, and they helped you as much as they help babies, you would learn any language just as fast, I'm confident. Actually, faster, because you can actually understand what the hell people are saying and learn the grammar and stuff. And actually practice your vocabulary, whereas a baby, you just have to do it through like as osmosis over time, right? Like, kids take years and years and years to learn a language. think they've pretty much debunked that idea that kids learn faster. It's not actually true. Now, we're really going slow with the leveling now, which tells me that we're at the level we're supposed to be. Like, when you're leveling this slowly in one of these games, that just tells me that, you know, the XP curve is designed for you to be this level. You're now over leveling at this point. So, and we don't have any, as far as I know, weapon upgrades that we've missed. So these guys are just supposed to be this hard, you know what I mean? Like, the monsters here are easy. I'm getting just pelted by them and not taking any damage. We're high enough level for this area. So I am gonna finish this level because we're so close, but after that we're definitely just gonna do the fight, and if it's hard, it's hard, you know. We were doing 2 damage, and at that point, like, even if you can even do 1 or 2 more damage, you're doing like literally like 50 to 200%, you know, more damage or whatever. When your damage is that low, every little bit is an enormous upgrade. And the fact that we could kill them with like the ability to only do 2 damage per shot tells you that if we can do 5 damage per shot, we'll have an easy time of it. Getting close. So close. We got 20,000 skill points from this too. I'm not sure what we want to put that towards next. Let's see what's available. I'm really curious about the third character because I feel like Hugo and Unica are pretty similar, and we're fighting the same bosses, right? Pretty much. Except so far the only boss that was really different was he fought his brother Toll. And if you look over here on the monster list here, there's all these, so these are the bosses, right? These all of this are bosses, starting from like here. This is a boss, right? From number 69 onward are bosses. All of these are bosses, and then suddenly there's all these question marks at the end, and I don't think they're gonna. I think these are all gonna be Toll's bosses. I think Toll actually might have different bosses, you know, which will be cool. I think Toll's going to be a big difference once we get to him. And Toll is supposedly the canon story, so if we're playing this to play through all these games, we certainly want to see the canon story. Alright, we got our level in too. So let's head on back and see if we can't kill those desert monsters now. It's 74 damage to the normal ones, holy crap. Am I going the wrong way? I feel like I'm definitely going the wrong way. Let's just teleport to the annex and go backwards, because it's like the room before the annex. Let's save the game first. Oh, we can accept the divine blessing too at 22k. Get skill recovery and boost recovery going. Good skill recovery. I feel like skill recovery is even more important for Hugo. Okay. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Did I say 21? What a difference. Holy crap, we went from 2 to 21. Just a couple of levels. What was it, 2 levels we got? Holy crap. What a difference 2 levels make in this game. Night and day. They used to be doing like 21 or 40 damage to us. What do they do now? They still do like 30 damage to us, so you don't want to hit. But yeah, there you go. Evil Wing's power's been restored. Cool beans. Alright. Let's go get the door to the goddess open. In case you're wondering if we're on Earth or not, there's 2 moons in the sky, so I'm gonna go with no. Although a lot of the places are kind of named like they're related to Earth. Like there's a big empire called the Roman Empire. It's spelled like with a U, the Roman Empire, but like it's like it's the Romans, right? But at the same time, there's 2 moons in the sky. So welcome back, Shadakoniko. Super hyped up on receiving your latest acquisition. What is that? As the door opened, the evil ring's power drained away. The 2 malicious forces canceled each other out. It worked. Nicely done, Hugo. Thanks, but I couldn't have done it without your expertise. Now come on, let's get inside. Yeah, we did 21 damage to them when we went back instead of 2. Lady Fina. Hugo, Kadena, Miushka. Barrier. Damn. Lady Fina, are you injured? I'm alright, there's no need to worry. It's quite strong, but it's not harmful anyway. It seems designed solely to keep me in one place. Well, thank goodness for small favors, I suppose. Yeah. In any event, I can't believe you actually made it all the way here. I don't know how I could ever properly thank you. Please direct your gratitude toward Hugo. His efforts are what made the meeting possible. Is that so? Then from the bottom of my heart, I give you my thanks, Hugo Fact. You've gone through so much on my account, even fighting your own brother. Words cannot express my regret. You had nothing to do with that. The fight was instigated by me, after all. And I only lost because I was the weaker man. Nothing more, nothing less. Hugo. While imprisoned in this room, I had a brief opportunity to speak with him. And I assure you, despite his actions and his appearance, he's still the man he's always been. I'm absolutely certain of it. In fact, he seems to be worried about you. He didn't say as much, but I could see it clearly in his eyes. So please, won't you give... Just stop. This is a family issue. It doesn't involve you, and I thank you to keep your nose out of our business. Hugo. Now hold on. You can't talk to Lady Fina that way. No, he's alright. It's not my place to lecture him. I'm sorry, Hugo. I didn't mean to upset you. It's quite alright, thank you. Lady Fina! Lady Fina, thank goodness you're safe. Unica, the rest of you too. I'm so glad to see you. Sure it took you guys long enough to get here, though. Our apologies. We met with fierce resistance. I hope you've not been kept waiting long, Lady Fina. So now it's just a matter of breaking through this barrier. Right, but that'd be a lot easier said than done. There's some pretty intense magic at work here. Fortunately, it's an enchantment rather than a curse, so I'm pretty confident we'll be able to dispel it given enough time. Excellent. We'll stand guard then, to ensure your safety until the task is complete. Hopefully we can secure Lady Fina's freedom with minimal delay. No, that won't be necessary. Pardon? Lady Fina? We never intended for any of you to get involved in this matter. Rhea and I were fully prepared to resolve it on our own. But you're here now, and as I'm presently indisposed, I see little choice but to seek your assistance. It pains me to speak of this, but will you hear me out? Of course, whatever you wish, milady. Yeah, there's still a lot we don't know about what's going on down there. I think I speak for all of us when I say that any information you can provide would be more than welcome. Thank you. As you know, for the last several years, East has been perpetually invaded and ransacked by demons. What you may not know, however, is the reason behind these attacks. Believe it or not, the Black Pearl and the Clarion Metal are to blame. What? You can't be serious. So those Outlanders aren't the ones responsible for this mess? Well, they're involved now, certainly. They've exercised full control over the demons, after all. But they're not responsible for the demons themselves, no. That dubious honor goes to the Black Pearl, which inadvertently awakened what we call the demonic essence. The demonic essence? It's hard to put into words. Think of it as a malicious will, the very essence of demonism itself. Basically the dark side of magic. And just as the Black Pearl spreads magical abilities far and wide, so too does it spread this malevolent energy. As it spreads, it distorts the earth, twisting and reshaping it until it takes on demonic form and comes to life. And the Claria in the ground serves to amplify this effect exactly as it does with magic. Essentially, as long as there exist veins of Claria in the earth, and distortions will grow worse and more demons will spawn. And that's why we, along with the 6 priests, sealed it away in chambers cut off from the Black Pearl's influence. But now the demonic essence is at its strongest here on the surface. As this tower's existence clearly illustrates, the Darklings have somehow learned to harness it for their own gain. And our goal is to seal it away, back into the Black Pearl whence it came, for all eternity. Words fail me. I can see why you kept quiet about this for so long. We could very well be looking at a complete paradigm shift for all of Ys. Our entire way of life is at stake. That's correct. The sorcerer Dallas intends to obtain the Black Pearl and stimulate the demonic essence within him, granting it physical form. Since Rhea has it now, we can be assured our enemy's intentions are focused squarely on her. But if she should be captured, well, suffice to say, we mustn't allow that to happen. Please find Rhea and help keep the Black Pearl out of enemy hands. We knights shall guard her with our lives. You can count on us. I still have one question, though, if I may. Certainly. The Black Pearl and the Claria have sustained our people for quite some time. So I do understand why the two of you came here in secret, and to some extent anyway. But why were even the 6 priests kept unaware of your intentions? Ah. They are your trusted retainers, no? And they're just as concerned with preventing public unrest as you, so I'm certain they'd have kept your secret. Yet you obviously came here without consulting a single one of them. So either you're still hiding something from us, or you're just flat out lying. Bastard, you still doubt the goddesses even after everything we've just heard? I think he's telling I think he's right, and I don't think we're going to find out the rest of the story until we play the 3rd character. Hugo. Here we go again. No, Hugo's right. There's still more to tell, but at present there's little more than a theory on our part. Until I can be certain of its accuracy, I'd prefer not to speak of it. Hope you understand. Alright, I won't push the matter. And I apologize if my asking caused you any undue discomfort. But just to confirm, once you've reached a conclusion as to the accuracy of your theory, you will be more than forthcoming about it, won't you? You have my word. Lady Fina. Alright, is everyone ready? We have a new mission. It's our top priority. Should the Black Pearl fall into enemy hands, the demonic essence will be unleashed and all will be lost. We must find Lady Rhea as quickly as we can and become her shield. Yes, sir. And so the Holy Knight's search for Lady Rhea continued each night, feeling a renewed sense of urgency. Meanwhile, Hugo once again set out on his own, leaving Kadena and Miushka to tend to the barrier around Lady Fina. First, we need the key. We can go farther up the tower. Very piratey. Galleon, Black Pearl. Oh, yeah. In Ys 1, like when you what brings Adol is an adventurer. What brings Adol to this island is like the island of Ys had been completely cut off from the world by a giant wall of storm called the Storm Wall around the island that kept anybody from getting in. And Adol got someone to drive a boat into the storm wall, and I think everyone on the boat died except for Adol, but he made it through the storm wall and got into East. And then Adol fights his way through there to find out, you know, to get the Claria from the mine and stuff. What actually happened was, like, after at the end of this game, as you find out in Unica's story, some of the people go back up to East, but the goddesses and some of the other people stay on the ground and become the people that we meet in East 1 that are like their descendants living there on the island. They take back the island from the demons and they like settle the island, even, and Solomon Shrine stays up in the air. So at some point, like 6 months before East 1 started, someone tried, like, they had set up a trading port and someone tried to take the Claria off the island and take it somewhere else to trade it. And the goddesses erected the storm wall to stop the Claria from being taken away from the island for this exact kind of reason. But you don't find that out until much farther into East 1 or 2 even. Hugo. But eventually once you finish East 1 and 2, the storm wall goes down and Adol's able to leave, and then you get to go on to other adventures. What is it now? Well, I just wanted to tell you, I think you were right to say what you said, and I don't think Lady Fina minded, but spit it out already. What are you getting at? I'm worried about you. I know you want to be respected and looked up to, but you're always making a scene and always making people mad, and I know you're probably just really irritable because of your family and your brother and everything, but still. I'm pretty sure you aren't going to take me up on this, but since you never have before, but I just want you to know that I'm... Will you just leave me the hell alone already? Whimper. If you'd stop stammering for 1 second and actually listen to what I have to say, maybe you'd finally get it. You think I want to be respected and looked up to? You think I'm letting my brother's indiscretions or my position go to my head? Seems you know me better than I know myself, because that's all news to me. I wasn't trying to... Look, I don't want to hear it. Just get out of my sight already, will you? I keep my own counsel, thank you. And I sure as hell not going to take advice from you. Dude, she liked you, Hugo. You're just tearing this girl down. Hugo. I'm sorry. Like, she obviously has a crush on Hugo, and he is just, like, destroying her. Damn it. Epona told me the exact same thing, and I actually bothered listening to her. What the hell was wrong with me? Yeah, him and Epona have a thing going on. You really are an ass. Oh, Kadena. Kadena. I'm pretty sure the whole tower heard you two just now. Not exactly your proudest moment, Hugo. Are you gonna lecture me now? Of course not. That wouldn't do me any good at all. You'd probably just flip out on me. That's what you tend to do whenever anyone gets a little too close for comfort. And considering your reaction, I'd say Miushka hit the nail on the head. Well, you just think about what you did while you're off gallivanting around the tower, okay? Once you come to your senses, I'd suggest you apologize to the poor girl. I think even you must realize you did bad. Anyway, you be careful out there. Don't let those end up being your last words to Miushka. Jesus, Hugo. What a dick. I should go. Climbing this tower is just about the only thing I can do right now, I think. Alright, well. Hugo. It is 8 o'clock, which means it's Final Fantasy 14 time! We're gonna do some Coils of Bahamut tonight. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know if any of the Final Fantasy 14 crew are here yet, though. We're gonna be going through it with, Minus and such. Hey, Minus is here! Woo! Well, I mean, that's my cue, right? So thanks for watching East Origin, guys. We're going to be continuing this probably tomorrow, but tomorrow night our scheduled game is going to be Final Fantasy 9, so it depends on how much time I have to play early to see how far we get into this. But anyways, for now, have I heard of Return to the Dark Tower? Is that a Stephen King book? Is Stephen King doing a sequel to Dark Tower? Like, what's Return to Dark Tower? I'm confused. Confuzzled. Confusticated. Anyways, we are. It's a remake of the 80s original Dark Tower game. Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that. Tell me more about it when I'm right back. Don't touch that dial, guys. I'm just going to switch over to Final Fantasy 14. I will be right back. See you soon. Bye.